everybody, I'm Jammer, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Not just a few days ago, we started talking about the next upcoming updates that could potentially come to the game with a new trailer for a summer update. And we basically nailed the predictions for a lot of things that are gonna be coming with this update, and I could not be more excited. Of course, with any new Animal Crossing trailer, we have to break down all the secrets and little hidden details that there might be hiding in this trailer. Even as short as it is, there are a couple of things worth pointing out. Before we get into all that, if you are new here, perhaps consider subscribing. It's free, you can always change your mind later, and you can of course expect tons more on Animal Crossing New Horizons. We just barely surpassed 70,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that. But it also means we are getting so close to 100,000 subscribers, so please consider subscribing. We have a lot of fun here, and yeah, lots of Animal Crossing content to come. So thanks guys for listening to that. Without further ado, let's get started. The trailer opens with the title screen free update starting July 3rd, literally next Friday. It's coming out next week, which is so exciting because that was kind of the fear. It was like wedding season's gonna end and now we have no idea what's coming next. Well, this new trailer, this free update is coming literally next week, and I can't wait to hop right into it. Speaking of hopping right in, first scene we actually see is a villager running down the beach and just cannonballing right into the ocean. I was so blown away by this animation. If it isn't obvious, diving suits are returning. A tool that was introduced in New Leaf, something we've talked about plenty of times before in many previous videos. Although this is completely new, being able to just dive in. Previously, if you wanted to enter the ocean, you had to like casually walk your way in down the shore or whatever. This is so fun, being able to do a flip and cannonball in. I wonder if there's like other different animations, but depending on if you're running or whatever, if you like dive in rather than doing like a flip, it'd be so fun to get a row of all your friends right at the edge, get an amazing picture of all you guys hopping into the water. Before we move on, let's talk a little bit more about the diving suit itself. Is it considered a tool like it was in the previous game, or is it just the regular clothes that you'd get in Able Sisters? And I think that question is answered a little bit later in the trailer. When we see the player donating to the museum, you can see the icon for the diving suit right there in her inventory. I wonder if perhaps if it serves as a tool, it could actually be equipped on top of your current clothing outfit, so then you don't have to like unequip what clothes you're currently wearing to put on your diving suit. That'd be a really fun and convenient way, especially if you're using like a wand outfit or something. You could still equip the diving suit, making it kind of separate from the clothes you're wearing. So in the next scene, we of course see the player going swimming and diving, and of course, to be expected, coming with the diving suit, the sea creatures also return. But there are some differences from how it was in New Leaf. Whenever there's a DC creature nearby to catch, bubbles will appear at the surface. But unlike in the previous game, you won't see the silhouette of the sea creature until you actually dive down, where you get a top-down perspective. In this top-down perspective, you, the player, are no longer a silhouette, so you can actually see your character swimming underneath the water, trying to collect the fish. Throughout the trailer, there's a few examples of the player catching these sea creatures, and you see that it comes in a variety of different sizes of the silhouette, meaning likely like how it was in the previous game. The silhouette shape will be dependent on basically what sea creature you will be catching. The starfish that is caught stays stationary, but then later in the trailer, when the player catches the scallop, you can actually see it slowly inching itself away from the player. So it does seem to return that the feature of the fish trying to swim away from you to escape being captured will return depending on, of course, what species the silhouette is. But speaking of species, let's actually go through all the sea creatures we saw throughout the trailer. The first one, of course, we see caught is the sea star. In addition to that, the sea anemone and the spotted garden eel are both donated to the museum. We can see that in the next scene where those fish are placed in the coral reef section of the fish exhibit. So no new exhibit is created for these new fish being included into the game, but rather added into a currently already existing tank. The only other sea creature we see being caught is the scallop, which seems to attract a friendly otter in the background, but more on that later. In the museum scene, there's actually a little panel right in front of, in which it shows three pictures, one looking to be a sea anemone, one to be looking the garden eel, the spotted garden eel, both of which they were just barely donated, but the one on the right is a completely different creature. It kind of looks like the sea cucumber, but it's kind of hard to tell because it's so pixelated and hard to see. But I wouldn't be surprised if a large majority of the sea creatures you could catch with the diving suit in New Leaf don't return here in this game as well. Moving along in the trailer where we see the other villager catching that scallop, let's break down what's going on here. First of all, the diving suit is completely different than the previous villager had, which of course makes sense because in New Leaf as well, there were a variety of different wetsuits you could get. But it does make me wonder, how are you going to get the diving suit in this game? Because in New Leaf anyways, the only way to get it was going through Tortimer's Island, buying one there, in order to be able to go swimming. So with this new update, it does make me wonder, how will you get these wetsuits? Will they be a new piece of fashion that is in the inventory within Able Sisters? The first day that this update comes out, will Pascal actually be hanging out in your town? You have to talk to him to get your first wetsuit. I think it would be just simple enough to have them in the Able Sisters, so then you can continue to buy different options and stuff like that. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see for when the update comes out. The other thing to mention with this villager, in addition to wearing the wetsuit, and if I'm not mistaken, both clothing accessories look new to the game. So perhaps alongside this update bringing diving suits, there could be other aquatic themed furniture accessories coming along the update as well. Behind the villager, you can see a rope blocking off the player from swimming to any farther north, which of course makes sense to have some sort of bounding box to keep you from just swimming off into the horizon. In this same scene, we finally get our first look at Pascal, and I'm so happy our guy has returned. I mean, what took this dude so long? He literally was part of the promotional stickers that would come with Animal Crossing New Horizons. Like, his character was literally part of the promotionals for this game, and the fact he wasn't in it for so long just blew my mind. But anyways, I'm so happy to see him return, and of course his addiction to scallops has returned as well. In this scene anyways, it makes it seem like the context of him appearing is as soon as you catch a scallop, he kind of just like swims up and appears. It's probably not every single time you catch a scallop, because otherwise, I mean, how could you ever donate one to the museum or keep one for yourself? Perhaps every day you can go out, start trying to collect some scallops, and there's a random chance that when you catch one of them, he'll appear and ask if he can take that one off your hands. Pascal this time around gives you completely new DIY recipes. And as you'll see later in the trailer, it is the ever-loved, the ever-famous Mermaid set. Breaking down what we can see here in the bedroom, like this clam lamp out front is actually one of the shelf furniture already in the game, but otherwise everything else is new. The vanity, the bed, the screen, the table, the couch, the clock, and even the character's clothing with the shell tiara as well as dress. But the really interesting part is when we see the villager actually crafting the mermaid dresser. As you already know, when you craft things in Animal Crossing New Horizons, depending on what ingredients you use to craft said DIY, you'll actually see little hopping up of the ingredients popping out from the little smoke cloud while you're crafting. So if you slow down the clip and see what the player's actually crafting with, you'll see a piece of coral pop out, but more interestingly, you'll see a brand new item, being an oyster pearl. Now you're probably wondering, well, where do you get this oyster pearl? And like we actually talked about and predicted in the previous video, this will probably be a new crafting ingredient you can collect while you're going out and diving. Is once you've kind of collected all the diving suit sea creatures, donated them all to your museum, there was little reason to continue to go back out in the ocean, you know? But making there be a new material to collect that is exclusive to being out in the ocean, that can be used to craft the DIYs you get through Pascal, is a perfect way to actually encourage players to continue to go back out in the ocean, swim around, and be productive collecting these new materials. The next scene in the trailer brings a, well, familiar face back to the game. It's obviously Gulliver again, and the name is still the same, but this time he's wearing an entirely new pirate outfit, in addition to having completely new pirate-themed dialogue. Now this is the biggest question mark of the trailer. There's no way Sailor Gulliver is being completely outright replaced. Perhaps it'll be just a random chance whether Gulliver will be a sailor or a pirate. It is kind of funny that this isn't like a new character or like Gulliver's brother or something like that with like a different name, but it's actually literally just Gulliver wearing a different costume. But here's why I'm excited about Pirate Gulliver. Because think of it this way, what will be his communicator? He can't just collect communicator parts to use his dodo phone. I mean, shoot, unless pirates use dodo phones, you've got to think that he would probably have some sort of other means to signal the ship to pick him back up. So the idea might be that the minigame you play to, you know, kind of save Gulliver could be different here when he's a pirate. Perhaps you have to collect like pieces for a signal fire or like make like a compass or something like that. Whatever it is, I'm excited to see if it's some sort of new minigame, so it's not just the same rinse and repeat of collecting communicator parts. And it goes without saying, obviously, the reward you get for helping Pirate Gulliver compared to Sailor Gulliver is of course you'll probably get pirate-themed furniture sent to your home the next day. Whether it be like a ship wheel or like a cannon or other super fun pirate-themed armor. pirate-themed furniture, which is going to look so good at Jolly Red's area, perhaps maybe deck out near your pier. Like, this is going to be an amazing furniture set to come to the game. There's still a lot of questions surrounding this character, but I think it's probably pretty straightforward that it's basically just Gulliver, but he gives you a different variety of furniture. So then the trailer ends with a major announcement. That's not all. Wave 2 coming early August. Yes, that's right. This update trailer is only wave 1 of the summer updates coming to this game. So this update bringing the wetsuits, Pirate Gulliver, the new crafting and DIY stuff with Pascal is only a small part of a bigger update that's gonna be coming in early August. A couple of things off the bat I could totally see coming. I mean, first of all, going off of the promo art that announced the update, the Fireworks Festival is gonna return, and that's something that's always been in previous Animal Crossing games, where the entire month of August, there's always been a Fireworks Festival, like every Saturday or something like that. But in addition to bringing the Fireworks Festivals back, I think that we're gonna see some other holidays return as well. Oban or Bon Festival is essentially kind of like a lantern festival that's hosted in Japan, and I could totally see that returning in this update worldwide. Because how beautiful it would be to have like a lantern festival in New Horizons, maybe have even lanterns like floating around out in your ocean at night. And especially with the ability to use your diving suit, you could swim around and check out all the beautiful lanterns everywhere. Going a little further down the road to like September, in North America, there's Labor Day. So perhaps maybe Isabelle and Tom Nook will like get a day off for once. That'd be kind of cute. I really think though they're gonna go the same route they kind of went with the April update and bring a lot of random and miscellaneous holidays that'll like be like a week-long festival. I'd love to hear some of your ideas for some of the holidays that could come with this August update. In addition to holidays, I think as well we're gonna get new arrival characters. That was the focus of this trailer with Pascal, as well as, I guess, Pirate Gulliver, in addition to the April update, of course, being Leaf, Red, and Rover. So I think it's to be expected with the second wave of the summer update, we'll see new characters return as well. Perhaps maybe that's finally the time we'll see Cap'n and his family return, maybe even Tortimer. I don't want to get too far into predicting what this Wave 2 update is gonna be, so let's predict more when we get closer to the release in a future video. But that is all the secrets and hidden details I found in the Wave 1 Summer Update trailer. I am so excited to be going swimming in the oceans of New Horizons here. I wanted this so bad since the release of this game. I think it's gonna be so fun having you guys on my island, like having like diving competitions, jumping off the coast into the ocean, going out and maybe having little competitions to collect as many fish as possible. And I'm especially excited for the new DIY recipes brought by Pascal, as well as the new crafting material pearls, giving players a reason to continue to go out in the ocean. But what are you most excited for in this summer update, and what are you hoping is going to be announced in the Wave 2 update? Let me know that in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big awesome like, and if you haven't already, definitely subscribe for tons more on Animal Crossing New Horizons. As a reminder, we stream this game every weekend at 10 a.m. Eastern right here on YouTube Live. That's Saturday and Sunday. We have so much fun having you guys on my island playing mini games, and this Saturday being the bug off, we're going to totally rig the bug off. Try to get everyone at a gold medal. This should be a ton of fun. Be sure to follow me over on Twitter to keep up with everything we do here, as well as join our community Discord. The link to that is in the description below. It's a great place to find friends to play Animal Crossing with, trade turnips, furniture, DIY recipes, trade villagers, all that kind of fun stuff. I highly encourage you to check it out if you're looking for friends to play this game with. So I think that's about everything for me for now. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!